Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sinclair and Erdman Archbishop Curley High School. Curley's 5th game of the year and Game 3 in conference. Curley is back in conference after last playing Spalding at home. St. Mary's last week was on the road. Curley currently sits at 6 of 7 teams in the standings, while Boys Latin sits at 4. This Curley team, they are 0-2 in conference this year. They're 1-3 in total, beating just Bishop O'Connell 31-10 in this young season. Most recently, as I mentioned, they lost on the road 28-9 to St. Mary's. Boys Latin, they're 1-2 in conference and 2-3 total. They've won over John Carroll and lost to Loyola and Concordia Prep in conference, who Curley also did drop a game to. While the Curley defense has been strong, the Curley offense has struggled, and here's AJ with the offensive stats.
Curley's offensive stats, with their pass game going a measly 8 for 38 for 92 yards, and their rushing game is of high value for Curley, as they've rushed the ball 129 times over the course of 4 games for 546 yards, giving them a yards per carry of 4.2. That is a very strong run game. The pass game, if you can get that up, they will be a lethal offense. Curley's starting quarterback for this game will be Logan Nordek. Logan has started in 2 games and has come in as a backup in 2 games. His stats are 7 for 28, giving him a 25% completion percentage for 57 yards. He has thrown for 1 touchdown and thrown 3 interceptions, and has a quarterback rating of 40.4. Curley is ranked number 52 in the power rankings for the state of Maryland, while Boys Latin is ranked at number 70. This should be a very good game for both teams, and we expect a defensive struggle, as both defenses have been very prominent for both teams. Curley's leading tackler is Jeremiah Lewis, who has just committed to the Cornell University, and he has 1 blocked field goal and 1 interception as well. The sack leader for Curley is Jamon Brown with 1.5 sacks, followed by Amari Lee with 1 sack.
Yeah, we'll go over some of the keys to the game here. For Curley, it's really just, we've seen a very run-heavy offense. We've seen a lot of Nick Irvin, Zishon Moye, and Conrad Madison. Wide receivers really haven't had much involvement. Against Spalding, we saw a lot of bunch formation. We just had Irvin right behind Nordek, who was under center. Then we had Moye and Madison out on the wing. And in a formation like that, you really don't get to see the receivers. I think one of the keys to this game is going to get guys like Nick Doty and Challenger Valentine involved in the receiving game, in a defense that they should be able to pass a little bit more, as they're more evenly ranked to Boys Latin.
Boys Latin's keys to the game will definitely be on offense, is the passing offense for them. They have to attack this Curley secondary, which has a lot of underclassmen on it, besides Jeremiah Lewis, who is a senior. And for defense, they need rushing defense. As I said before, Curley's rushing offense is much better than their passing offense, and they go to the run game much more. Their rushing defense will need to be good, and this offensive line will need to play very hard to get those openings and holes for Boys Latin.
Yeah, we just have Nordek just came in a few days ago after the injury. Colin Beischel broken collarbone against Bishop O'Connell. He was thrust into action then. Started against Spalding, started against St. Mary's. Now he starts again here. AJ, what are you looking for from him today?
I'm looking for a young quarterback. You have to get short passes and get big chunk yardage off after the catch and after contact from your receivers. And I'll be looking for a lot of screen passes and a lot of running to get some of the pressure. Even though this is his 3rd game starting, didn't start off great. I'm looking for a more run-heavy and more short passes, slant routes, screen passes to take some of the pressure off him.
Yeah, well, you look to have success with this run game, which they've done, 120 something times. You also want to see how they'll be able to use guys like Nick Doty, Challenger Valentine, talented wide receivers. We really haven't seen much of, as this Curly's run game been more prominent. Even when they have passed the ball, it's been more short passes than anything intermediate or farther downfield. In other Curly sports news, Varsity Soccer, there's 7 of 11 teams in the conference. They currently sit at 4-6. They lost 2 straight to Calvert Hall in the Reef Cup, and they lost to Concordia. They return home upcoming Monday, October the 4th at 4 p.m. to play the 8-2 McDonough team. You can find that live stream right here. Varsity Volleyball, the A Conference. They are 3-7, are in the 7 of 10 teams in that conference. They're on a 4-match losing streak, but they do come home tomorrow to face Boys Latin. Curly sends out the captains. That looks to be
Jeremiah Lewis, Jamon Brown, Will Yorkwai, and Mackenzie Hazard.
Yep. Jeremiah Lewis, the senior, as mentioned, he is D1. We have Jamon Brown, he's junior linebacker. Mackenzie Hazard, he's a senior D tackle, and Will Yorkia is a senior DB, pairing up with Jeremiah Lewis on the defense. That's a really good secondary. That's really good. At least top 2 corners right there.
Yes.
This Curly team, they have struggled early. Really against first home game against Concordia, just the 2 points on the safety. Once again, the common occurrence through these games, except for Bishop O'Connell, has really been the offensive struggles. What do you think they can do to sort of fix that?
Well, one glaringly obvious way to fix that is the first game at against Concordia Prep, was they're holding on to the football. They fumbled the ball 8 times, only lost it twice, but those 2 times they lost it were both in the red zone. Those 2 red zone trips, if they could have converted a touchdown, that changes the game. They only lost the game by 12 points. 2 touchdowns gets you 12 points, plus the extra point from a very talented kicker, Chris Pond. They win that game, and they're 1-2 in conference instead of 0. They're 1-1 in conference instead of 0-2.
All right, just about underway here. For Curly, we have Coach Ireton, and for Boys Latin, Coach Shell. It'll be interesting to see if Curly can get off the streak they've been on. They've lost the last 3 games as we turn over to Mr. Hatton.
For this afternoon's contest between the visiting Lakers from Boys Latin and your Archbishop Curly Friars. Curly is a proud member of the MIAA, and we remind all spectators and fans that we encourage and promote sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. Offensive language, including profanity, racial or ethnic slurs, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, event staff, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you all please rise and direct your attention to our flag, located at the top of the bowl by the concession stand, for the playing of our national anthem.
Just about underway here at Archbishop Curley High School's Athletic Bowl. The boys Latin Lakers facing off and against the Curley Friars.
I think it's here. I think it's here. Got it.
Seems as Curley will be kicking first. That is the sophomore kicker and punter Chris Pond on to put this one underway. AJ, you think Chris Pond serves as the emergency quarterback right about now?
I'd assume so, with him as does have a little bit of throwing experience.
He runs scout team. Scout team quarterback Chris Pond. Boys Latin's got 3 guys back. Nathan Krause, the center man, deepest, the senior. As Owings to Krause's left. Spahn boots us away, and we are underway. It'll be fielded by Krause at the 20-yard line. Runs left. He's got a little bit of room, but he's pushed out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
Seemed like they tried to make a return out of that. The kicker, Chris Pond, didn't kick that as far as we know he can. Seemed if they could spark something early.
Now Kaden Lyman, the senior captain, leading this offense. Boys Latin will start at the 29-yard line. Krause on the near side at the bottom of the screen. Lyman takes a snap, he looks left. Short pass that is caught by Krause, and he's tackled down at the 36-yard line.
It will be a 2nd and 3 for Boys Latin.
Seth Taylor lined up next to Lyman. Once again, we have Krause on the near side. 2nd and short situation here for the Lakers. Motions left. Shovel pass to Krause. Runs to the left side, and he's stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. That's Aaron Rose flying in to make the tackle as early Boys Latin faces a 3rd and short. Let's see if this Curley team can get a stop right away. This would be big. Get set up the offense with good field position. Excuse me. Lyman once again in the shotgun. He's got Taylor to his right. Krause and Owings on the near side. Give is, and he fumbles. Ball's loose and it's picked up. Running back past the 30, he's at the 25. Mackenzie Hazard recovers, coughed up by Seth Taylor around the 35-yard line, right at the line of scrimmage on the stop. And Hazard picks it up. And that is how you start a game if you're the Curley Friars, AJ.
Strong tackle. Strong tackle with the running back holding the ball a little bit too far from his body. got his head in there and hit the ball out. And now Curley's going to set up 4 yards out of the red zone.
Let's see if this Curley offense can take advantage. They have Doty and Valentine out to the top. Nordeck in the shotgun. Fake is to Madison. Nordeck looks right. He goes deep. That's Nick Doty and Valentine both there, but incomplete, knocked away.
Try and take a shot right away. Try to spread out the boys Latin defense.
They both ended up right about on top of each other at the conclusion of the routes. 2 guys there. Now they're able to come down with that second down at the 24. Nordeck in the shotgun. He's got Madison to his right. Doty near side, Valentine on the far side, 2 wide receivers. Give is to Madison. No, Nordeck takes it on the read option and surges up the middle for a gain of about 2. 3rd and 8 here for the Friars.
Potentially maybe a incorrect read there by Logan. Seemed like there was a little bit of an opening for the running back. I'm not sure if that was Zayshawn or if that was
Madison.
Madison.
Conrad Madison.
But it seemed like there might have been more of an opening than there was for Nordeck.
But with Moye and Madison in on this play, Moye sort of lined up in a tight end area. You have Valentine near side, Doty on the far side. Fake is to Madison. Nordeck takes it up the middle, but he's taken down. That's Lucas Hazard, the big D tackle on the stop. And out comes Chris Pond. So Pond will try from 37 here. They hustle on Irvin at the end.
This will be close to Pond's longest field
37.
goal.
Kick is rolled. Snap is rolled back. Kick is high. Does it have enough leg? Yes, it does. Chris Pond puts it through. Just sneaks it through on the 37. Snap was rolled back. That was a great job by, I believe that was Trevin Nelson to get the hold down. Nonetheless, Pond sneaks it through. Curley takes an early lead. I don't felt like it was up in the air forever, AJ.
Very high kick. Really got under the football. Just got it enough.
Yeah, you have to make sure it gave him time to get the snap down. Snap was rolled back. Still seemed to put it down flawlessly. I didn't see any laces.
Great job by the holder to get that down in time.
So Curley jumps out early on the fumble into a field goal by Chris Pond from 37. Let's see if Curley can come up with another defensive stop here.
Again for the short kick.
Fielded by Krause. He runs back right. He's got a little bit of room. Moye dives but unable to tackle him, and he's taken down at the 36-yard line. Back out is this boys Latin offense. Kaden Lyman, the senior, in the shotgun to start. He's got Seth Taylor behind him. He's lined up in the pistol. It's Krause and Owings on the near side. Snap taken. Give is up the middle, and he's taken down by a swarm of men, but the pile pushes forward. Gain of about 5 yards. I saw Nick Campbell in there. I saw Mackenzie Hazard. I saw Stevie Carter all in on the tackle. Lyman in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers out, 2 out left. Excuse me, 3 out left, 1 out right. Lyman takes a snap, looks left, quick screen pass, that's to Kraus. Runs left behind some blockers, and he's taken down by Jeremiah Lewis. Seems to be just short of the first down for Boys Latin. 3rd and inches. Got about a half yard to go. Lyman in the pistol, he's got Taylor right behind him. Now he comes under center and he sneaks it, and he's got the first down. New set of downs for the Boys Latin Lakers. Just short of midfield at the 48. Lyman in the shotgun. He's got Taylor to his left. 2 wide receivers out to each side. Give his to Taylor. No, he fakes it. Lyman looks right, and it is caught by Owens. About a 4-yard gain.
Nice play action there. Got the defense collapsing on the running back. Was able to get it out to his wide receiver for a nice mid gain. Makes it about 2nd and 5.
In the shotgun, 2 wide receivers out left, 1 out right. Taylor back out there. Lyman takes the snap, give this to Taylor, runs up the middle. He's taken down by the feet. That's Nick Campbell, and on the stop, the senior linebacker. 3rd and 4 here for Boys Latin Lakers. Let's see if Curley can once again come up with a big stop on 3rd down. Boys Latin at the Curley 46. 3rd and 4 for Boys Latin. He's got Owings on the near side. Once again the shotgun, Taylor to his right. Give his to Taylor. No, fakes it. He rolls right. He's got a man downfield. Wide open. Is caught. Stumbles down at the 15-yard line. And down to the 11. That's Kernan Brooks, the senior, for a first down. That play action seemed to really suck in that defense and just left a big hole as they run hurry up here. Give his to Taylor up the middle. He's got room. He's up to follows the block of Kernan Brooks. And Powell's pushing forward. Play is whistled dead at about the 4-yard line.
Boys Latin coming out with the strong play action and rushing offense, trying to not let this Curley defense guess at anything.
Defense is they're sort of being rushed right now. Coach Iverson takes a timeout, give those guys a break. You could see Boys Latin moving with really quick pace after that first down. They didn't want to let Curley get set, have a defensive plan for that next play. They got a sod chunk up the middle for about 7 or 8 yards. Sets up a 2nd and short.
That play action pass went for 36 yards. And then a nice run for what you said, about 5 yards. And it seems like also the running game for Boys Latin is very strong. Pyle running backs aren't going down too easily. Pyro's being pushed around and causing some fits on this drive.
At this point, you're definitely in 4-down territory, especially in high school. So it'll be interesting to see if Curley can sustain some good defense for a few more downs. Back out comes the boys Latin offense after the timeout. He's got Owings on the near side. He's in the pistol. He's got Taylor right behind him.
Slight motion.
Give his to Taylor. He runs up the middle. He's got room. Push down, and he's down at about the inside the 1 yard line. Ran right behind the block of the center and right guard.
That's another 6-yard gain, and it will be 3rd and inches. First and inches.
First and goal. Yeah, first and inches. Under center comes Lyman. That same QB sneak play. You do have a flag. Lyman does run in for the touchdown, but flag is on the field. Same play ran earlier on a 3rd and short. Lyman just comes right under center. We have an offsides on the defense. That'll be declined. And that'll be a touchdown for Boys Latin. Seems to have a bit of confusion. That should be a touchdown for Boys Latin. Just decline the penalty and they get their 6 points. But it seems to be a bit more than that. Now we get the offsides call. I guess they're saying the play was dead before the play happened?
Either that or they called him short of the goal line.
No, he's not short of the goal line. That's really questionable. I'm not sure really what's going on. That should be a touchdown. Nonetheless, 1st and goal, same situation for Boys Latin, about 3 inches up as they really had not much room to go up in the first place.
This will be a very strong defensive stand if Curley can hold him from scoring there. Once again, can reach your arm out.
Give us to Taylor, and he's in.
And that will be a touchdown for Boys Latin, making it 6-3, pending the extra point.
Confusing final sequence of plays, but nonetheless, Boys Latin takes it downfield, punches it in for 6, and they will jump out to a lead. One for the extra points, Nicky Brown, the lefty. Snap is down, and it is good. 7-3, Boys Latin as the ball bounces over the wall on the outside of the track. They'll need a new football. Big leg.
Very. 7-3.
Put that one all the way back onto the track, hopped over. That's got to be what? Good 20, 30 yards behind the end zone.
Interested to see if he has to take a long field goal.
Yeah.
Can he top a 66-yarder?
67 now. Unless you want to tie the record. Nobody wants to tie a record. Back on is Brown. Kick this one away. Believe I see Jeremiah Lewis and Elijah Anderson back deep. Yeah, it's taken by Elijah Anderson at the 2-yard line. Follows his blockers, and he's taken down from behind by Tristan Whiteley at the 20-yard line.
Strong hit by Whiteley there, leaving nothing chance. Good job of holding the ball by Elijah.
Back out is this Curley offense. Doty and Valentine split out wide. Got Nick Irvin in the backfield next to Nordek. Give his to Irvin up the middle. Bounce off the right side, and he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Got that read option type play. Went off right tackle. unable to find any open space. It'll set them back about now, just about the line of scrimmage, gaining nothing. Nordeck in the shotgun once again. Give is to Irvin off the left side. He finds a hole, and he's taken down at the 28-yard line. 29-yard line, excuse me.
There's the big chunk rushing plays that Curley is become known for this year.
It's a nice job to clear a nice hole between left guard and left tackle. Set up a 3rd and 1 for the Curly Friars. I go right back to Irvin. Sure, no. Fake is to Irvin. Nordeck takes it. Tackled down behind the line of scrimmage at the 27-yard line. 28-yard line, actually. And the offense will stay on the field.
No quick change here. Punt team will be coming back out.
Punt team does
Seems
come
like the
out.
smart decision as you're backed up into your own 30.
Nathan Kraus back deep for Boys Latin. Punt gets us now. Boosts us one away. Bounces about the 49-yard line.
Takes a Curly bounce, rolling all the way to the 43.
Sort of line drive punt there. Taking about the 43. Boys Latin will start on. New drive here for the Lakers. Let's see if they can build off that last offensive drive they had, punching it in from a yard out. Kaden Lyman back in the shotgun. He's got Taylor to his right. Oh, or excuse me, Kraus motions left. Quick swing pass out to Owings. Runs to the left side. He's got some room. Tackle down by, that's Elijah Anderson, sophomore, at the right about midfield. Time ticking down in the first quarter. 1:15 remaining. Curry looks to come up with a defensive stop here. Three wide receivers out right, all bunched together. Give his to Taylor off the left side, and he's taken down right at the line of scrimmage, driven backward. That's Mackenzie Hazard. Gain of just a single yard, setting up a 3rd and short for Boys Latin here. Third and 2 from the 48-yard line here.
Gotta watch the play action. They've gone to that both times on 3rd down. Both times they've converted.
Yep.
The first time.
Lyman in the shotgun. He's got Taylor right to his right. Try to get him to jump, unsuccessful. And that will end the quarter. At the end of the first, we have Boys Latin 7, Archbishop Curley 3. We will go in the second quarter. Go about 4 yards to switch sides of the field, and you know, this first quarter, you know, we've seen some decent Curly offense. That most recent drive, they got to that 3rd and short. They just really didn't convert it, and they couldn't sustain the drive because of that. But I like what I've seen so far. The defense is playing pretty well. Just had that one coverage breakdown that led to a long play and led to the touchdown that drive. AJ, what have you seen?
I like the defense, especially against the run. There hasn't been a big chunk yardage. Only given up 15 rushing yards in the entire first quarter. That's pretty good for the amount. Just one coverage breakdown is the difference between this being a 3-0 game and a 7-0 game. Because if you remember, that was a play-action pass on 3rd and medium, 3rd and 5 around. If they can stop that, they'd be able to still hold the lead in that game and force them to go for it or punt on the 4th. And on the offensive side, maybe a little bit more versatility as you get late into the drive. 2 straight 3rd and shorts for Curley, and they've run a read option kept by the quarterback Nordeck both times, and it has not worked.
I was looking for them to go to Irvin there, the big body junior. Just coming off a good gain. As now Boys Latin faces a 3rd and 2 from the 48. You got Lyman in the shotgun. He drops back. He looks left. He looks right. He's going deep. He's pushed down by Owings, and that'll be pass interference. That was very blatant. Just push Willer Key. I don't think he knew the ball was in the air.
If I was Coach Ireton here, I would take this penalty.
Yeah. 4th and 2. They've been running somewhat well. I wouldn't risk the
4th and 2, or you could have 3rd and 17.
Yep. 3rd and 12. 10-yard penalty.
Oh, my.
That was about as blatant as it'll come. Just a full-on shove by the wide receiver Tyler Owings. Don't know what the point of that was, but hey, it helps out Curley. It'll back up Boys Latin. Waiting for the spot of the ball. But penalty will be accepted. 3rd and long here for Boys Latin. Should be placed about the 42. 10 yards back. And there we go, right at the 42. That'll set up the 3rd and 12 for Boys Latin. In the shotgun, Taylor moves to his right. He's got 3 guys out left. He rolls left. He looks downfield. He's got nowhere to go. Looks through the coverage, but it's incomplete. Pass intended for... Don't have a number 4 in the roster. We have 11 and then a 4W. Might be Parker Jones, might not. I'm not sure.
I believe that is Parker Jones.
Bit of a confusing thing on the roster, but punted away, bounces at the 28, and then just hops right about. Oh no, backspin. Landed a hit back at about the 30, and then rolls to the 25. That's a solid, very solid punt by Nicky Brown.
Out comes Nordeck in the offense. Trying to change their fortunes on offense. 3 plays and then a field goal because of the short field on the first drive, and then a 3 and out on the second drive. Seeing what they can do here.
Get Nordeck in the shotgun with Madison out to his right. Motions Moye. Little option play. Nordeck keeps it. And he's taken down. Nordeck frustrated coming off the tackle. Just nowhere to go in that play.
That'll be a 3-yard loss. And it'll be 2nd and 13.
Nordic in the shotgun. He's got Valentine at the top, and he's got Doty to the bottom. Give is to Madison. Bounces off the left side. Now runs, shoots back up the middle, and he's taken down at the 27. 3rd and 8 for the Friars. Let's see if Curley can convert. Likely going through the air here. A spot they've struggled so far this year. Two wide receivers, both near side. You have Valentine and Doty. Nodek takes a snap, rolls left. He's looking for Valentine, but passes out of bounds. And that's caught by the punter, Chris Pond, on the sideline. But now he's on the punt away for Curley. Unable to convert on the 3rd and 8. Curley once again punting from deep inside their own territory. That's not what you want to see.
Chris Pond, a 31-yard punt last time out this game. On the season, he averaged about 33 yards per punt. See if he can up that average a bit here.
Curley punting from their own 27. Snap the punt is good, nearly blocked, but good punt. Bounces down at about the 36, bounces behind Kraus, fields it at about the 25, bursts off to the right side, and he goes out of bounds at Curley's 47-yard line. Good pump by Pond. It's just Curley special teams didn't get downfield.
Ended up being about a 45-yard punt after the bounce and roll, and we will have to see if the Curley defense can stand strong for a second time in a row.
See, this is where the Curley defense has struggled, but this is where you expect them to struggle, when something goes wrong and the other team starts with really good field position. Curley's been good in making sure teams don't sustain those long drives, but let's see if they can come up big here when they start with plus field position at the 46. Lyman takes a snap, fakes to Taylor, runs up the middle, bounces off to the left side. That's behind James Hillwig, and he's taken down.
Tackled by the junior Stevie Carter. 2nd down and 7.
Lyman in the shotgun. Don't think Taylor's left the field all day. He's been a busy man out of the backfield. Once again on here.
I'd be expecting to see a little bit of play action here.
Yeah, there you go, AJ. Play action. Pass is to, I believe that is Braden Hammett. But big hit delivered.
Play action screen for no yards. And now it'll be 3rd and 7.
May have been Jeremiah Lewis. See if Curley can get some pressure here on this Boys Latin team. Third down and 7 for this Boys Latin team. Takes a snap. Here comes the pressure. Lyman up the middle, and he's taken down. What a play by Mackenzie Hazard. Lyman had a lot of green in front of him. He's definitely picking up the first down here. Mackenzie Hazard able to take him down just barely. And that the punt team will head on for Boys Latin. They got the pressure that they needed. Made him step up in the pocket. Good coverage downfield. And he's taken down. Back on is Brown. Showed he had a big leg so far. Let's see if he can pin Curley here. Shaky punt, bounces at the 31. Curley bounce, and it goes out at about the 34. That one looked like it may have came off the side of his foot. Off to the left side. 8 minutes here in the second quarter. Boys Latin up 4, 7-3. Back out is this Curley offense. Let's see what they can do here. Nordeck takes that one up the middle, down to the 34-yard line. Gain of about a half yard, if anything.
I'd maybe like to see a little more versatility from this play, maybe just a straight drop back or shotgun formation. See if they can try to change something up. This Lakers defense sniffing out the read option plays.
I haven't really tested this pass defense yet. You have Doty and Valentine out at the top. Fake is the Madison. Nordeck takes this one up the middle, tackle down at the 42, just 2 yards short of the first down.
Asked and answered. They couldn't stop the read option on that one. That's the first time he's run the read option and not been tackled for a loss. But it's a big chunk, and that will be 3rd and short.
3rd and 1 here for the Friars. Let's see if they can convert this. Remember earlier in this game, in the first quarter, we had a 3rd and 1. Nordeck took it, was tackled behind the line of scrimmage. I feel like though it might be a risky play call. A play action would be good, but no, Nordeck under center. It seems as he may sneak this one. No, give it to Madison on the misdirection. Up the middle he goes, past the 50, at the 45, and taken down at the 44.
Well, you want versatility. That was this trick play, maybe the trickiest we've seen all season. Madison coming around the end around. Now they're going to hurry up the offense.
We saw a lot of this formation against Spalding. Same play, exactly. Madison takes it up the middle. They try to strip it, pushes the pile forward. It's still going. First down, Friars. Big credit to the O-line there. Those big bodies getting the pile, just push that thing forward.
Pushing them forward. Good way to hang on to the football.
What? He got hit around the, what? 40, wherever the line of scrimmage was. They push him forward about 10 yards and he gets the first down. How about that? Same play to a T. Now we come out in the same formation. No, excuse me. They started in a bit clump, but they spread out now. But now Madison back in that backfield. Give is to Jeremiah Lewis out left. Hit, ball's loose. Moye seems like he'll get there, and he will.
Hanging on to the football, very detrimental for Curley in the game against Concordia. Showing some flashbacks there, but good way to recover it from Zayshawn.
Lewis took the big hit. Moye luckily was there. Good hustle play to get there and pick it up. No gain on the play. Nordeck in the shotgun. He rolls right. He's looking downfield. He's got Jeremiah Lewis caught at the 15-yard line. Out of bounds at the 12.
What
Great
a pass
route
from Nordeck. Might be the best of the year we've seen from him. Leads the receiver perfectly right near that sideline. Gets his feet in and around the 12-yard line. And now Curley is in the red zone.
They're getting Jeremiah Lewis on an offense. I don't know if I've seen this before, AJ. Big catch there. Great route to the corner. Nordeck with a perfect throw. There's now emotions left. Give is to Lewis. No, fakes. Nordek takes up the middle, and he's popped down at the 11-yard line. Seemed like a similar play to what we saw early in this drive where Lewis fumbled, except Nordek kept it this time. Now comes Elijah Anderson for Jeremiah Lewis. Nordek in the shotgun. He's got Anderson and Doty out to his right. Motions Moye. Takes it up the middle. That's Madison. Surges down to the 5-yard line. And that'll set up a 3rd and about 3 from the 5-yard line. Curley still able to pick up a first down here. They hustle back in the shotgun. Same formation. Moye motions back. Give is to Madison up the middle. And he will be stopped short of the first down.
Not quite there. It will be 4th down at the 3-yard line. And let's see what goes on here. I think this, early in the game like this, maybe you kick the field goal. Your defense has been playing well.
I think they need to take advantage of the situation here. I think they go for this. Curley will be faced with a 4th and about 1 yard here. Long 1 yard. Let's see if they can pick up a first here. As yes, as I was saying, the offense would be back out. Early in the game, when you get good field position, you gotta take advantage of it. Let's see if Curley can do that here.
I'm in favor of any play that they want to run except
Nordek right under center.
Except the rollout to the
Motions
left.
more, and we have a false start.
False start on number 52, Dustin Venue. And now here comes the field goal team out.
I think that may have been a designed run for Nordek. I think Venue was an extra O lineman in there. But now, on to kick. Nick Doty on a hold.
Converted from 37 last time. This will be a 25-yard kick out late.
Is Irvin. Saw the same thing last time.
On the hold is Nick Doty.
Hold is down. Kick is through.
And I'll make it 7-6 Curley with 3:10 left to go in this first half of action.
Pond 2 for 2 on the day. Good from 37 and good for 26. As that will help Curley trail just a point at this point in the game. Those are the opportunities you have to take advantage of, AJ. Get in there, you have a new set of downs in the red zone.
New set of downs inside the 12-yard line. 3 points only seems like a little bit of a letdown. But you are within 1, and the way the Curley defense has been playing, booming kick, and it will be a touchback.
Getting in our food orders for halftime. Where'd you go, AJ?
What?
Where'd you go?
I got the cheeseburger.
Going-
Barbecuing over there in the yard.
Going with a hot dog. Alright, nonetheless, Boys Latin, new set of downs on the 20. New drive here, 5 wide. QB draw. Takes it up the middle, cuts back right, and push back at the 28-yard line, gain of 8. Boys Latin working with 2:40 left on the clock in this first half.
I think this is a run up the middle, maybe a halfback draw, see if they can put it.
Nope, quick pass out to Kraus on the right side. He's got some room. Very fast. Upfield. And he's down to the 46-yard line. Just got that ball and he went past everybody. Down to the 46-yard line. Give his to Taylor up the middle, and he's got nowhere to go. In on the stop. I think I saw Jamon Brown and Stevie Carter. Gain of nothing. Lyman in the shotgun. He's got Taylor to his right, 3 wide receivers out left. He takes a snap, looks left, fake is to Kraus, going downfield. He's got a man, and it's caught at the 30-yard line. That's Brandon Hammett, and he's taken down at the 22. They faked the Kraus. They've gone to him a few times on that screen pass, drew the guys in, and good enough throw downfield for Hammett to control that one and get the first down. Timeout from Boys Latin with the
That
minute
looked
18.
like a lapse in coverage from the sophomore Elijah Anderson, and good backup by the senior Jeremiah Lewis, as well as Will Yurkia, because that could have broken out big and gotten into the end zone.
Curley will receive the second half kickoff.
See if you can hold them to 3 points here. Try to stop them here. Seems like the secondary is starting to collapse a little bit. Defensive line staying strong there.
Colin Beischel playing water boy in his time injured. "22-yard line of Curley for Boys Latin." Let's see if they can do anything with being just 2 yards outside of the red zone. Lyman takes a snap, gives to Taylor off the left side, and he's taken down. Good hit by Jeremiah Lewis at the 20-yard line. Jeremiah Lewis just came screaming through the line, able to get Taylor down for just 2 yards. As the clock is running. Boys Latin quick with the play. Fake is to Taylor. Lyman rolls out right. Now he scrambles. Cuts back at the 17-yard line. Just about got the first down, but no, he's a yard short. Clock remains to run. Now timeout is called. That'll be on Boys Latin with 36 seconds remaining. We'll have a 3rd and 2 for the Boys Latin Lakers. Great coverage downfield, but that did lead to the scramble. Didn't get much of a contain on Lyman. He can take the ball, and he can run if he needs to.
Yes, he can. Not as much of a running quarterback as Concordia Prep and Spalding's, but I mean, and St. Mary's, another amazing running quarterback. But still can get out there and move after he throws, if he can't find anybody to throw the football. Now the defensive line with the 3rd and 2 has to set up for a run here. But the way that Boys Latin has run their offense, there's a good chance that this could be a play-action pass into the end zone, or at least for a first down.
3rd and 2 for Boys Latin here.
Check here at the bottom of your screen.
15-yard line.
Parker Jones and Will Yakia, they've been going at it all game in this.
Fake is to Taylor up the middle. Lyman now rolls right. Hazard's out there. He throws to the corner of the end zone. It is caught. Back corner of the end zone. That's Tyler Owings for the touchdown. Lyman just kept buying time. Found Owings in the back corner. And that'll put another 6 on the board for Boys Latin.
Seemed like it was good coverage throughout the way, but Lyman finds a way to extend the play, uses his legs a bit, rolling out, stays composed, and scores the touchdown.
You know, the thing is, when you do have good coverage downfield, when you give them that much time, they're going to find something eventually. So now Brown's on to kick the PAT. Snap a little bit inside, but the kick is right down the middle from Brown. Did have to reach back for snap a little bit.
Touchdown on that play. The wide receiver who caught it was covered by Malachi Nichols and just couldn't quite stay with coverage. Another sophomore defensive back, Amari Gardner, trying to talk and compose Malachi on the sideline. With 27 seconds left after this kick, do you think we'll see a couple of big plays? Curley does have all 3 timeouts.
Curley hasn't really been very aggressive with the pass game. I don't see him being very aggressive at the end of the half. Don't risk anything. Concordia's been playing good defense. I would be surprised to see an attempt at moving it down the field. Although we do get a squib kick here, that'll be picked up by Jeremiah Lewis at the 10-yard line, and he's taken down at the 26.
If he could have got past that, looks like he stumbled a little bit, but on his way past, if he could have got to the right side had a little bit of an opening, could have got it out to about, I'd say, 40 or 50-yard line. But with 22 seconds left, we may just see a knee here or a couple of running plays. While I say that, Madison comes off of the field, and now Curley's gonna burn one of their timeouts now. So now they only have 2. Two timeouts, 22 seconds left. I just think maybe try to take a pass down the sideline for 15 yards, see if he can run it down. If he can't, incomplete or get out of bounds, stop the clock, and see if you can get in Chris Pond's range, which I'd say you have to get to about the 30-yard line.
Yeah.
30-yard line, that makes a 45-yard kick, and that's even stretching it.
I see maybe attempt a few plays, see if something pops. And then if it does, then you can start and try to run some more serious offense. So Curley will start from the 26 of their own.
Motions Valentine. Here's the read option from Nordek.
Full head of steam, he cuts left. Cuts back right, he's got some room past the 40. Taken down at the 43-yard line. We'll see a Curley timeout. See if Curley...
No, Curley's going to hurry up to the line. No timeout. The clock is stopped. Oh, for the movement of the chains.
Now we spike it.
And they spike it with 10 seconds left to go. I do another quick pass and call a timeout. See, I don't know why you wouldn't use one of your timeouts there. maybe they thought they had enough time
Well,
with the movement of the chains, but
with the high school rules, if you're only running out 4 seconds there, it's not the end of the world. But now you still need about 20 yards to get into. No, more than 20 yards.
you need about 25,
Yeah,
30
25,
yards to
30
get into
yards.
Pond's range. Off the field comes Jamal Lewis.
Nope.
Nope, onto the side.
3 men.
Closer
No.
to your screen. Could be a big burner.
All 4 wide receivers out to right. That's where he looks. He's got Lewis on the short slant. Throws behind him. Incomplete. Just 6 seconds left now. Had some green in front of him. Nordeck just failed to put it at the chest. Put it behind him. Lewis unable to corral it. Just 6 seconds here to probably one play. Unless you run something quick to the sideline just to buy some new life and maybe draw up some lateral play. All 4 receivers outright.
The only thing you cannot do is get sacked and fumble the football. Looks like just a quick
Nordeck
read
keeps
option
it.
to Nordeck. Nordeck cuts back.
Time will run out and he's taken down at the 48-yard line, and that'll end the half. Going into the half, we have Boys Latin up 14-6. AJ, what have you seen from this Curley team so far?
Well, I like the way that they're playing defense. Their main player is actually Mackenzie Hazard. He's being a hazard on the field with 4 tackles, 1 sack, 2 tackles for a loss, and right at the beginning of the game, that key fumble reception, trying to take it back. And I do like the passing game that Curley has started here. Nordeck's got 40 passing yards, including 2 a 21-yard play and a 15-yard play. I like what I'm seeing from that. That's almost as much as he's gotten in the 2 games that he started the last time, and he's completed more passes too, with his percentage up around 50%.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this Curley team comes out with offense. At the beginning of the half, they will receive that kickoff, but until then, we'll see you in about 11 minutes.
At halftime, we have the Curley drum line, I believe. Yes, here they come out, beginning to come out onto the field. You have the Curley drum line, and they will be performing the halftime entertainment, and we'll shoot you to them once they are ready to go.
Both defenses have played very well this far. Curley, they've been playing some good defense. They, when Boys Latin's starting with this good territory or in the good field position, they've been taking advantage of it. Curley's got the 2 field goals. Pond sneaked one in from 37, then Pond put one in from 26. That'll account for Curley's 6 points so far.
What I've seen from the Lakers so far is that they are keeping this Curley rushing offense at bay, which is what they needed to do. All you have is 11 rush yards from Nordeck, 41 from Madison, and 6 from Irving throughout that first half. That is quite a few rushing yards, but for this Curley offense, not as much as they usually get throughout these times around halftime. And from the offensive side, exactly what they needed to do was our keys to the game was the passing offense for the Lakers, and Lyman has certainly done that. First half already has 121 passing yards, as well as rushing around for 15, and Taylor getting the rushing touchdown and 21 rushing yards on top of that. The biggest chunk plays for Curley was a 21-yard pass from Nordeck, and the biggest chunk play for Boys Latin was a 36-yard pass that ended around the 10-yard line, sparking the Lakers' first touchdown.
Curley Drumline will perform here. We will cut to them, and we will see you at the beginning of the next half. back here at Archbishop Curley's Athletic Bowl. Score at the half 14-6. We were just about underway for the second half of football. AJ, what are you seeing?
Well, I really enjoyed the versatility from Curley after the first quarter. It seemed like they fixed themselves. First quarter they were running plays, and then when they got the third down would always run the read option that was kept by Nordic. They did that 3 different times on third down. Only once did that convert, and only once did that get positive yardage. But then once the second half came around, they started throwing the ball more, airing it out, working a few more end arounds and different run plays, trying to shake up this offense and not let the Lakers defense predict anything, and it has worked. From the Lakers side of things, very good quarterback play from Lyman, throwing 120 yards, 135 yards of total offense for him, as well as mixing in the running game with Taylor having 21 yards and a touchdown. And it seems like that the Lakers' game plan on offense is to just shoot out and try to beat Curley in the secondary, because when the line starts to collapse, that running game is not working.
Yeah,
good play from the Curley defensive line.
We've seen chunk plays both through the air and on the ground. We have Madison, he's ran for a few big gains on that misdirection play. We have Jeremiah Lewis, he caught 21-yard pass. It'll be interesting to see if Curley's able to keep balance between the run and the pass in the second half. And I'd even like to see get the pass a little bit more involved.
Scoreboard might not show it, but this is a very evenly played game so far. It's a squib kick right off the bat, and it will be 40 yard up to the 40-yard line. Good start for Curley.
Yeah, Curley will take that. I don't know if that was a design squib. Doesn't make much sense, but you know, that'll give Curley good starting field position. Starting at their own 49 are the Friars. Nordeck is in the shotgun. He's got Madison to his left. Motion left is Valentine. They run into each other. Give is to Madison. Valentine throws a big block at the line of scrimmage. He cuts back, and he's taken down at the 47-yard line. That was a broken play. It turned into a gain of 8 or 9 yards.
Turned out to be a good gain. Nice way to start this thing out. Second half.
I saw after that, Madison took it off the left side. Valentine just threw a mean block, and that allowed Madison to cut back right and pick up a solid 9 yards on first down.
Right off the bat, you'd think that maybe that was a broken down play and would have been a loss. Same exact thing, only this time they give it to Valentine, and he will get around and get the first down.
Curley on the other side of midfield. New set of downs. Let's see what they can do. Coming out of the start of the half, you want to start with at least some sort of points. Down 8. Curley at the 47. Fake is to Madison. Nordeck takes out the middle. Taken down. Nice tackle by Isaiah Patterson.
That play is getting snuffed out. That is the 5th time this game that has been taken at or behind the line of scrimmage. And it will be a loss of 1 yard.
I mean, we've seen the passing game work somewhat in a way. I'm surprised, really surprised we haven't gone to it more the way this read option type offense has been stifling. Lost a 1 there, 2nd and 11. Give it to Madison, right side. Runs over a man. Wow, still going. He's at the 30. He's at the 25. Taken down at the 23. What an explosive run by Conrad Madison.
He was wrapped up at about the line of scrimmage, maybe 1 or 2 yards in front, and he shakes it off and then runs over a man and takes it up to the middle of the field and gets it all the way to the 23-yard line. That was a run for a good 31 yards.
Wow, what a run. Taken down just 4, or at least wrapped up at least 4 yards from line of scrimmage. Shakes that tackle off, runs over a man, absolutely, around the 40-yard line. And what a run. Burst of speed, he cut left. And before you know it, Curley is just a few yards outside of the red zone.
That's exactly what Curley needed to spark this offense. It looks like there might have been a timeout by Boys Latin.
Yeah, after a play like that,
You need to reconvene.
yep.
Madison is feeling it on the ground. I would continue to feed him, especially as you get closer to the goal line. Maybe air away from the read option and just give it to him.
We've seen a lot of Irvin in the past few games. Now Madison's a features back. As fake is to him, Nordeck takes it up the middle, down a little bit past the 20, down on the 19-yard line. Just snuck through little holes on the line and able to dive forward. Decent gain on first down. Nordeck returns to the huddle.
It's a 2nd and about 5, and I would think this could be a time for maybe a play action pass, quick out. Valentine, sophomore number 1, has been almost non-existent this game. See if you can maybe feed him a little
Nordeck
bit.
lost the ball slightly at the bottom of the pile, able to pick it up quickly. He had Moye in motion, and I want to see more rather than these read options where Nordeck has the option to take it. I want to see Madison take this ball. Madison, he's been running great, 20-something yard run earlier. Then he had a 12-yard run out the middle. And then right there, he has that absolutely explosive run. He showed speed, he showed power. I want to see more carries to him rather than Nordeck taking it and just getting these 4-yard games, because we've seen that Madison can be explosive. Timeout taken by Curley. Something wasn't right, clearly.
I do not think that you, in this huddle, I'd assume you, like you said, give it to Madison on this. You're not going to stop him from getting 3 yards. It's more like it's a short 3. It's more of 2.5. And I don't think you're going to stop Madison from getting that much.
The way he's been running.
The way he's been running the football. I'd feed him, or again, maybe a play action rollout, play action screen, something. But on 3rd down, they've gone 3 times to the read option. And only 1 time is it net positive yards. So you really need to think about what it is here.
Give his to Madison up the middle. He bounces off a tackle. This is why you give it to him. Stiff arm at the 10-yard line. Down to the 4. First down, Curley.
What a run again.
Once again, you get him right around the line of scrimmage, just able to bounce right off that tackle. Good burst of speed to the outside. Even stiff-armed a man around the 10, and that'll put Curley at the 5-yard line.
That's a 13-yard run for Madison, and he is on fire.
Extra lineman Viano in the game. Give his to Viano right up the middle and down at the 5-yard line.
Trying to rip it out at the end of that play. Great job to hold on to it by Dustin. And it will be 2nd down.
No personnel changes, AJ. This seems like we're coming in a similar formation.
I would like to.
I want to see Madison get the ball here. He's been running very well.
It's
There we go.
uncommon.
Pitch to Madison. Runs up the middle. He's got a hole. He is taken down.
Curley saying it's in, and the
Ref says he's down.
line judge says he's down at about the half-yard line, and it will be 3rd down and a half a yard. I'd hurry up the offense.
This ball isn't going to Madison. I'd be awfully shocked. He's been running like an absolute monster.
You might see maybe a sneak here from Nordeck, or maybe another dive from the fullback.
I say come out and with the extra lineman Viano somewhere out there. Looks like the way they're lined up, Nordeck might
Madison's
just
out
sneak
to the
this.
right.
Pitch to Moye out left. He's got room. Nice block set and fires her in. Touchdown, Friars! We do have a flag at the end of the play.
The flag's going to be either a horse collar tackle or a face mask. Seemed like a tackle from the shoulder area. It will not be against Curley.
Moye was brought down awkwardly.
It'll be declined, and it will be a touchdown for the Friars.
What a drive from Curley. Comes out, Madison runs like a beast.
5.5 minutes as well. Taken off the clock, giving that defense a nice rest, especially after halftime. And now we're about to find out if Curley's going to try to tie this game up, and they will. Nordek is going to go under center. They're going to try to tie this game up right here.
Nordek back under center. Motions Moye left. Pitch to Moye. I believe we had some movement at the false start. That'll back Curley up 5 yards in though.
Now I believe Pond and Doty will come out for a nice kick.
Yep. That's what we'll see.
Yep. Complete personnel change.
You gotta, we've seen that twice from Curley. We had this once down in the first half on that fourth and short false start, then go for 2 to tie it up. That just can't happen. It's Pond now going to make it a 1-point game. Snap is down. Pond's kick is right through. 14-13. Curley comes within 1.
That was perhaps what I think maybe Curley's best offensive drive that they've put together all season. Both the run game and the more run game. More run game. There was not a single pass play on that. But the way they ran the football, especially Madison, sparked that, and it's a 1-point game yet again.
It's great to get the offensive break. They've got to be tired. I saw Madison bend over, just take some time just to regroup. Still managed to stay out in the field. He's been playing very good through the entirety of this game, and it'll be interesting to see how he gets used next drive. Pond kicks this one away. Booming kick taken by Kraus at the 10. Up to Mendo. He's got a seam out to right. He's got some room. He's at the 45, 50. Pond, last man to beat, taken down at the 35-yard line by Chris Pond.
Special teams completely collapses. What a job. What a job by Chris Pond to take him down. Last man in defense, and he stops him.
Just had one man to beat. It was Pond. Good job by Pond to be that last man and just get him down. That'd be an absolute killer coming off a great offensive drive. Would be a kick return touchdown 30 seconds later. But see, now this is a problem, because if Boys Latin scores quickly, that offense doesn't get that break they needed. Lyman in the pistol. He's got Taylor behind him. Motioning across the formation is Hammett. Give it to Taylor on the left side, and he's taken down. He's got nowhere to go. Second and 11 here for Boys Latin. Back a yard. Back in the pistol is Lyman. Hammett once again motions across, motions back. Give this to Taylor off the right side. Tackle is made down at the 30-yard line. That'll set up Boys Latin with a 3rd and medium. 3rd and 6. This would be a huge Curley defensive stop, although I do think, unless they could send the kicker Nicky Brown out but I see this as 4 down territory. Third and 6 for boys Latin. Lyman's back in the pistol.
Right at the bottom of your screen, Tyler Owens. I'd watch him, covered by number 4, Will Yakia, but he has burned Curley multiple times this drive.
He looks left, going deep. He's got a man caught at the 2-yard line and in for the touchdown. That's Parker Jones. He beats Malachi Nichols as boys Latin's able to drop it in. Perfect throw by the quarterback, Kaden Lyman.
Big pass from Lyman there. A 30-yard pass to the end zone and gets another touchdown for boys Latin.
That's a
Pending
killer.
the extra point. Bad snap.
And
it's blocked. And it's still, it does not go through. It goes
That's
under.
big. That is big. Curley now will not need a 2-point conversion to tie this one up.
Big stand from Curley there.
Keep it just at a 7-point game. That's huge.
Makes it within 1 score without the 2-point conversion.
Had a bit of a delay getting that snap down.
Yeah, this bad snap made the holder wait just an extra half second, and that's all you need with the D lineman coming off the edges of the right and left. Both getting around there. Around there was Jeremiah Lewis and Will Yukia.
Kick away. That's fielded by Elijah Anderson. He takes this out, bounces to the right side. Still going. Driven back. Just short of the 25.
Let's see what Curley can do here. See if they're going to continue to pound the ground. I think that until the Lakers defense shows that they can stop Madison 3 times in a row, you keep feeding him the football and keep that pounding the ground.
I agree.
Rushing
He is in the
offense
backfield.
like usual.
In the backfield here to start. Valentine motions left. Give this to Valentine. Madison out there at the lead block, but absolutely nowhere to go.
There's another play that Curley enjoys running a bit, is the swing jet sweep end around that goes to Valentine most of the time. Sometimes it goes to Moyer, and it just sometimes is sniffed out like that time. It's a loss of 2.
On a first down, you're down 7 here. I want to see Madison. On a first down, what's the worst that can happen? He gets stopped at the line. There you go, back 2 yards. Madison's not going to be in there, and he's not going to lose those yards. As now Irvin checks in. Nordek rolls right. He looks downfield. He's got Doty, but out in and out of the hands at the 33-yard line. Now Curley faces a 3rd and long.
Going across the middle of the field on that play was the junior Mike Cox, tight end, and he had a little bit of space from him and the defensive back, but Nordek rolling out to his right only had that field of vision. He didn't have the field of vision up the middle of the field, as opposed to if he stays inside the pocket. He had Cox open there for a decent amount of yardage.
That short run put Curley in the hole, as now they face a 3rd and 12. Nordek, he rolls right, he looks downfield. He's going deep, he's got a man, that's Valentine. Valentine makes the catch! No, at the 30-yard line. Just missed it. Valentine went back shoulder.
Ball was just a bit, he was going down on a streak route and just barely didn't get it out to him. A little bit back, had to have Valentine bend and turn around.
From our angle, looked like it fell right into Valentine's lap, just a bit too back shoulder. and he was unable to make the play. Would have been a huge play for Curley. But now they're on to punt. Special teams coverage has been poor for Curley so far. Let's see if they can pin.
Punt here again, a 31-yard punt and a 50-yard punt. Let's see what he does here.
Snap, bounce back to Pond.
And
He
now
runs
he's gotta
left.
run.
And there, down he goes. That's been a recurring issue for the Curly Friars. When that snap doesn't get away, Pond's got nothing to do but try and scramble out with it and make some magic, and unable to do so there. And Boys Latin will set up inside the red zone to start.
Long snapping again, just like Concordia and just like Spalding, poses a big issue. And that there has now put the Lakers in the red zone right away, and did not help the Friars at all, as now they have a short field and the defense needs to stand tall.
And you can feel the momentum shift as Boys Latin sets up just inside the red zone to start here. Motioning left is Kernan Brooks. Give is to Taylor off the left side. He cuts back at the 15, but pushed slightly forward. And they aren't able to find any extra room. Curley claiming they had the ball, but the referees will rule him down by contact.
Second down 5.
Sitting right at the 15-yard line is Boys Latin. They need the 10 for a fresh set of downs. Lyman lines up in the pistol. He's got Taylor behind him. He's been a busy man. I'd watch Owings and Urquia on the near side. Owings has been busy. Caught one of today's touchdowns from Lyman. As he looks that way, he goes down to the 4-yard line. And that's caught. That's Brandon Hammett. Down to the 4. That'll be a new set of downs.
Amari Gardner losing his coverage there on the slant route. And it would be a new set of downs from the 5-yard line. And Curley needs to make a big stop.
Inside of 2 minutes here in the third quarter. This Boys Latin now sits inside the 5. First and goal here. Lyman takes a snap. He keeps it off the right side. And he's tackled on the edge by Aaron Rose. That's a great play in the open field.
He'll go nowhere.
It's a touchdown saving tackle. He had the edge if Rose wasn't able to get there. Second and goal. Back at the 5-yard line for Boys Latin. Let's see if Curley can make a stand. Lyman lines up in the pistol. He's got Taylor right behind him. Hammett motions left. Give is to Taylor off the left side. He cuts back, but he's taken down at the 3-yard line. Now Boys Latin, they will face a third and goal. And it'd be a really tough decision based on where Boys Latin is. Do you think this would be 4-down territory, or do you think you kick to make it a 2-possession game?
I think you got to go for when you're this close. If you're on the 10, 15-yard line, maybe that's a different decision. But if you're on the 3-yard line and you can't get 3 yards on 2 plays, you don't deserve any points.
Third and goal. Give is to Taylor. No, they fake it off the left side. He's looking for a man. It's caught. That's touchdown by Kernan Brooks. Brooks slid across the formation right to left. He had him. Lyman had him right out in the flat. That's Lyman's third passing touchdown on the day.
The Curley secondary is starting to collapse here. That was another quarterback gets outside of the pocket trying to make something happen. It was a designed rollout, and when the rollout is designed that way, you're not going to throw it to the other side of the field. So you got to stand your ground. It's blocked again by number 10, Jamon Brown.
Kick what's blocked. Second time. Last 2 extra points PATs have been blocked. Guess there's some rule where can't return that one. But nonetheless, stays a 13-point game.
It's a big block from Curley there. Now 2 touchdowns and the extra points win you the game. But you also need a defensive stop, and through the air is the way that the Lakers are going to go, it seems.
See, that's what I've been talking about. This Curley defense, obviously, you're going to break if the special teams just sputters out and Boys Latin starts on the 19-yard line. But that's really the only place where Curley's defense really, they've had those struggles. And I wouldn't even necessarily call that a struggle on them, because it's a tough position to be put in as Anderson fields this ball, runs off to the left side. He's taken down. Great tackle. That's Tristan Whiteley. Second time I've seen him with the big special teams play today. Anderson had some room out left, but he's taken down from behind at the 15 as Curley will start way back inside their own territory, and they'll need a long drive to put points on the board here. Curley starts now from their 15-yard line. Nordek takes the snap. He looks left. Quick throw that's caught by Doty. Toe tap at the 20-yard line. That'll be completed.
That is Curley's first passing play that has been completed in this second half. And that will be the end of the third quarter, where you have the Boys Latin Lakers up by 13 against Archbishop Curley, 26-13.
It'll be interesting to see what Curley can do here to start this fourth quarter. Down 2 possessions, they need a score. Then the defense, they'll need to come up big with a stop, give the ball back to the offense, and it'll be tough to sustain 2 straight scoring drives of this magnitude in this situation. But the way Curley's offense has been going, I think they can do it. I want to see sustained run game to start. Nothing fancy. I just want to see this ball in Kyron Madison's hands. The sophomore, he's been running great all day. He's been running like a mix of Christian McCaffrey and Derrick Henry. He's been you've seen bursts of speed, you've seen moves of powers, throwing stiff arms, trucking guys. He's been running great. Let's see how Curley will get him involved in the offense in this fourth quarter. Madison will start here in the backfield, out to Nordek's left. 2 wide receivers out to the top. Takes a snap. He fakes it to Madison. Nordek forced to roll right, and he's taken down. Swarm of 4 Boys Latin defenders. And Nordek goes down. That'll be a big
third
sack.
and 10.
And that 5-yard gain on first now gets erased as they get pushed back 5 on the sack. And this is a big play for both sides.
On this play, I'm looking for the On this play, I'm looking for the junior Nick Doty.
Fake to Madison. Looks downfield. He's throwing for Anderson. Too high.
He did have a little bit of space there. Those are the passes you cannot miss when you're down like this late in the game. He did have a first down there if the pass is just lower.
Yeah, you got to get that one. Down 13, fourth quarter. Seems at this point unlikely. Curley gets the ball back twice and scores on both occasions. Without the defense, of course.
This is going to have to be a great punt from Pond, or else Boys Latin's going to get it on the Curley side of the field for a third straight possession.
Need a good snap here. Need to give Pond a chance to pin them back. Snap a little bit to his right, able to handle it. Solid kick fielded by Kraus at the 45. It's dropped. Picks it back up. Tackle made by Elijah Anderson and others.
They're going to push him back.
Cam Hampton and Elijah Anderson on the tackle. Good pump by Pond. Back to the 45. Looking back at my note sheets, and I just see way too many 3 and outs from Curley. They've either been scoring or they've either been going 3 and out. They need to sustain drives more often, or at least march it somewhat downfield so Pond can have an attempt at putting them back in deeper territory. Because Boys Latin, as once again here, they just need just 5 yards on the other side of midfield.
I do not understand, after that first drive of this second half where Madison went for 56 yards and a touchdown, at 56 yards and they scored a touchdown, he hasn't touched the ball once since then.
Something's got to change.
Two straight drives where Madison has not gotten a touch after he just ran for 56 yards on one drive.
At this point, the game script's pointing toward passing game, but that's credit to, or a discredit to this offense not being able to move it all downfield, and I'm not seeing Madison in more action after what he's done. It's confusing.
It's too early to start panicking and throwing the football because you're worried about the clock. You still have 11 minutes left, and your defense, when they have a long field, has been decent at stopping this Lakers offense. You need to give them a shot by scoring.
Lyman in the pistol with Taylor right behind him. He's got 3 wide receivers out to his left. Now moves to his left. He looks right. He's got one-on-one. He's testing Urquia. Batted away at the 30-yard line by Tyler Owings. No flag. As it looked like there was some.
Great defense by Will Urquia, trying to make up the lost ground that he made as he got burned right off the line, caught up and broke up the pass, which could have been another dagger. But now it's 3rd and 10, and the Curley defense is trying to make a big stand here and give their offense another chance to score.
Looked like there was some hand fighting, but when it goes both ways like that, you just let them play and see what happens. And then if there's anything egregious, then you throw the flag, but I like the no call there.
You got Aaron Rose and Jeremiah Lewis out back in the safety position.
Curley shows blitz. They bring a bunch. Off the right side, Lyman rolls right. Incomplete at the 45-yard line.
Great defense by Jeremiah Lewis.
That's exactly what this Curley team needed. Only, 20 seconds run off the clock on that drive? 3 straight incompletions. And when Curley gets his offense back, I want to see the ball in number 22's hands. That's Conrad Madison.
Now nothing's guaranteed here, just like Curley's long snapper. The Boys Latin long snapper has not been all that solid today. Throwing a few low snaps. Let's see what he does here.
It's Jeremiah Lewis back deep.
Snap is low, but the punter retrieves it.
Great punt, tapped down at the 15. Lewis backed off. And Boys Latin able to touch it down.
Ball at the 16-yard line, and the Friars will start, and you need a score here. Down 2 scores. Still no need to be scared to run the football. You have 10.5 minutes left. You have plenty of time to run the football. Madison to Nordek's right.
Give this to Madison up the middle. And he's taken down for a gain of about 2 yards. Second and 7, as we do have a man down. That's Connor Madison. Seems to be okay. Although he does limp off. Irvin did check in to replace Connor Madison. He's been a workhorse today. I'd even go to the length to say he's been sort of carrying this offense. Nordek now lines up in the shotgun. He's got Irvin to his left. Fakes to Irvin. Nordek takes out the middle. Tries to find the seam. But taken down for a gain of about not even a yard. Curley will attempt 3rd and 6 here. You might be at the point where you even need to go for a 4th down attempt. Time is ticking. Just 15 seconds from being inside 9 minutes. Third and 6. Irvin out to Nordek's right. Motion is Moye. Gives it to Irvin up the middle. And he stopped for a gain of 2.
Gain of 2, and it will be a 4th and 4, and Nordek is coming back out onto the field. They're going to go for this.
Yeah, you need to. But it's a bit of a questionable play call to run up the middle with Irvin, who really hasn't found much today.
That play is going to go for 6 yards when you need it like that. That is not the play call that I would have chosen.
4th and 4. Moye motions left. Flip is to Moye behind the line of scrimmage, and he's swarmed, and he's got nowhere to go. I don't understand it.
Once again, another play. That pitch went back almost 5 yards. You change a 4th and 4 to a 4th and 9 with the defense already on the other side of the line of scrimmage. You're not going to be able to get that 9 yards unless you have the defense completely off guard, and that did not happen.
Yeah.
That took a long time to progress to and set up. The defense could have sniffed that out by a mile.
Field goal would keep it at 2 possession, although you need a 2-point conversion on both touchdowns. And you need to punch it in 2 times without the defense giving anything up.
Big stand from the defense here.
Give us a Taylor up the middle. And right there to stuff that one out.
Nice wrap by Stevie Carter.
Yep, Stevie Carter, the junior D-end.
Be a gain of nothing.
Now, we said we wanted to see more of the run, but not necessarily running the ball on 3rd and 6, then pitching it 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage on a 4th and 4. I mean, it's clear Nordek can run the ball. I say you call something, put the ball in the air, and if needed, Nordek could roll out. He could run for 4. Exactly, tuck it and run for 4 yards. I just really don't think that a pitch 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage was the best option there. Boys Latin trying to run the clock down here. Brooks motions right, and then Taylor goes off to the right. Cuts back to the 22, and he's hit hard. That's Jeremiah Lewis flying in from the secondary. We have a 3rd and 7. Curley needs to stop.
This is going to be massive here. A 1st down could almost spell points out. And you can tick off another 3 minutes or so, 2.5, if you have another 3 and 4 downs to mess around with the clock.
Boys Latin facing a 3rd and 7 here. Snap
Low
is
snap.
low. Lyman rolls left. He's got some green in front of him. He had Owens wide open over the middle, but now he cuts back to the right and down inside the 9. Boy, if he threw Owens' way, that would have been
That would have
6.
been a touchdown. But now they have a first down, like I said, and now you have almost done. You could basically, unless they could score on the first play here, but it is 8 yards, you can almost wish away another 2 minutes.
Seems just about sealed at this point.
Touchdown here would end it.
In effect. Not necessarily end it, but you're down 3 possessions. You failed to get much offense going.
It is safe to say that once Curley gets the football back, they will have to pass it.
Taylor runs left, and he's hit down at the 4-yard line. And Curley will take a timeout. Touchdown would in effect end it. Even a field goal, or even nothing, the way this Curley offense has been. They've just, ever since that touchdown, the bad snap on the punt sort of seemed to just deflate this team. And it's been a struggle ever since.
You need a turnover or a big stop here. Have to find a way.
Boys Latin at the 4-yard line, 1st and goal for Boys, 2nd and goal for Boys Latin. Give is to Taylor up the middle.
And he is in for the touchdown.
Got that extra push from the O-line, and that'll in effect end this one.
A 6-yard rush, or I'm sorry, 4-yard rush from Taylor and a touchdown, and that will make the score 32-13 pending the extra point.
One for 2. Lyman runs very well, have a hold. And complete either
Incomplete,
way.
and that will be declined.
Curley down 19. Taylor got a big push from his O-line on that touchdown run. Able to push him just across. And just about seal this one with 5:08 left in the 4th quarter. It's evident that losing Colin Beischel has been absolutely detrimental to this Friars team as Moya takes this one out. Cuts back on the right side.
hurdles and taken out of bounds at around the 36.
Nordek with 3 wide receivers out wide. Valentine now motions to the left. He's got 2 to the left, 1 to the right.
Here comes the
Nordek
rush, Aaron, and
Varsity.
out deep. He's got Jeremiah Lewis there, double covered, and he tries to go up, gets his hands on it, but it's knocked away. Safety came over.
Combination of Nathan Krause and Tyler Owings. Both have been offensive assets to his team. Playing good defense there. It's great to have an asset that can play both a good wide receiver and can play a good cornerback, especially with the speed that Krause has shown.
I would really like to have seen that play earlier in the game. First quarter, second quarter, try to spread out this defense because they've been collapsing. The Lakers defensive line and secondary has been collapsing down.
Absolute collapse. The O-line. Nordek able to get it away. Incomplete.
What a job to get out of that. But the defensive line, the secondary has been collapsing down because Curley has run the ball on over 75% of their plays, which is what they do. But maybe in the future you air balls out like that, get the secondary and the safeties back, and try to get, you can get a few more quick passes around and break open that run game even more than you already do.
Yeah, when you just consistently run the ball like this, they start to look for it.
And keeping the secondary back would result in, say, that pitch play that we saw on 4th down, the last drive. That pitch play will now be able to come around, and we'll be able to get to, and they will be able to get that play to get a little bit more chunk. Logan Nordek was the one that was a little bit down on that play, and you have the kicker, Chris Pond, warming up his arm. He's getting ready. Nordek doesn't look like he's going to come out, though, but one more blow like that, and you might see the emergency QB in Pond.
Yeah, this Curley offense, they rarely passed early in the game. You really don't open up much opportunity when you run as much as they did. Even with Madison running successful, it seemed like he just got cut out of the game plan completely.
Yeah,
after that monster drive. Unless something goes wrong with him, I don't see the logic. As he's back in now, but no use for him at this point. Nordek, deep shot.
Airing it out again.
Going
It's
for
way
Valentine.
short, and it's going to be
Broken up by Valentine.
great play by challenger Valentine to prevent the interception. Doesn't really do much with the score being what it is and being 4th down, but great play nonetheless. Great to see that the receiver doesn't just give up on that ball.
You know a guy who's good at playing offense or playing defense on offense like that? Got Julio Jones. He's, boy, he could be a
Well, when you have
defensive
Ryan
back.
Tannehill throwing the ball to you, you might have to do that a couple
That's
times.
true.
So
Even with Matt Ryan a while ago, he'd be known to knock away interceptions, laid some big hits. As now,
they are going to send Chris Pond out there, virtually saying that this game is over.
let Pond one out here.
Let's see. The punt is away. He almost gets hit, but doesn't. Gets
Just
the
about
punt
blocked.
out. And it's going to take a Curley roll, and it's going to keep going, and keep going, and keep going.
Inside
to the 10,
the
the 9, the 8, and the 7-yard line.
What a punt.
What a punt from Pond.
One of the few victories we've seen.
By the end of that, a 63-yard punt.
Wow. One of the few victories we've seen since that first offensive drive in the second half. Nordex seems to be walking over toward the athletic trader, Mr. McGinty. So this means if we do get another offensive possession,
He's
likely to see Chris Pond.
He's really trying to stretch out and move around, and now it's going over to the trainer. And we'll see if that spells the end of honestly, with the score being what it is right now,
Either way, just get him out.
Get him out of there. Don't make him hurt himself either more or threaten worse injury after you've seen what happened to Beischel. Put a D lineman in there.
Well, if you put Pond in there and he gets injured, then you're... I don't even know what happens.
You don't have another kicker. You only hold one kicker.
Gotta promote somebody from the JV squad.
Will Cole.
Will Cole. Next man up. Fall starter back. Boys Latin up. Give his to Taylor off the right side. Cuts back up the middle and he's taken down around the 7-yard line.
The same thing we're saying about Nordek coming out with this score being, I have no idea why Taylor or Lyman would still be in the game right now. They were up 19 points.
Something's got to change with this Curley team because Boys Latin, they're gonna face much tougher competition than Boys Latin.
You could justify losing to Spalding and St. Mary's. Those two teams are the top of the top here in Maryland, and they are very good. Fumbled snap. Here he comes, and it's going to be down at the 1-yard line, and it will be third down at the 1. Like we were saying. Spalding and St. Mary's, they're a good team. They're top of the top. They're ranked in the top 15. Spalding number 2 in the state. St. Mary's 13 or 14. But Boys Latin is number 70 in the state. They're 1-2 in conference. Concordia Prep, they're playing better than they usually do, but I mean, they're not anything special. You can't lose these games. You have to start, because you do have those games on the schedule. And it will be an incomplete pass, and they're going to have to punt it from their end zone. We enjoy the fans here at Curley.
Some calls.
They're still finding some way to have a good time.
Calls from the concourse warren. Just hear blitz, blitz.
And then we turned around and looked. And he is all the way back.
Snap it over his head.
Poor Concordia. Almost blocked in the end zone, but Curley's gonna get the ball at the 29-yard line, and this might be a chance to score. Hey, quick enough play. I mean,
we seeing Chris Pond.
Let's see who comes out there.
Do we see a quarterback?
Logan Nordek is staying on the bench. Who will be under center? Chris Pond is also...
I don't see Chris... Who's in?
On the bench. Chris Pond
Wildcat.
and Logan Nordek are on the bench. Maybe Moyer? No.
Oh, let's get Elijah Anderson air one out.
The sophomore defensive back, Elijah Anderson, under center, hands it off to Irving, and Irving will pile his way up for a gain of 6. I want to see him air one out here.
Oh, yeah.
Into the end zone on this play.
What's there to lose?
Maybe a wheel route to Moyer from the backfield. Challenger and Doty at the top of your screen. Here's a snap play
Fake to
action. There
Irvin.
goes Anderson, and Anderson is wrapped up and slammed down to the ground.
That's a common occurrence that we've seen throughout this game.
That read option, and now Anderson hobbling off the field.
Jesus. Who goes in now?
Going over to the coach. He's going to just get a play call. A little bit shaken up, but he's fine.
Yeah, I'll stay in.
The read option play, safe to say, has not worked out as well as Curley had hoped today.
Have Merritt out here. What, third and 7?
3rd and 7. You're down by 19. You have a defensive back in the game at quarterback.
Back it up a few yards and let's see Pond kick one from 40-something.
Yeah, maybe take a sack. Oh,
gives it
hands off to Irving.
Shaky,
a little bit.
Shaky transfer, but come on, send Pond out. I want to see Pond kick one.
Out comes Pond, and he will kick the field goal. Maybe pad his stats a little bit.
Oh, assuming he makes it.
Wind is blowing towards that side. He does have the help of that wind, and it will be a 39-yard kick. This will be the longest kick that Pond has attempted this year.
Just made it from 37, but
here's the snap, good snap. Here's the kick, it's up,
it.
And it is
straight through.
Good.
Highlight of the day. Besides,
Chris Pond hits a 39-yard field goal.
With ease. Besides Madison's beastly runs, we've had Chris Pond 3 field goals to carry us through this one. Pond good from 39, 26, and 37, 3 for 3 on the day, and this is why he's hearing from colleges already. Pond likely attempted some crazy onside kick here.
I've seen them work on this in practice a couple of times. He is pretty good at getting that side spin going and getting him to pop it up, and it collapses on it. And that will spell the end of the game.
Another ugly one.
Luckily, I have Coach Ireton for PE last period and not first tomorrow.
He might make you guys, if you had him first period, he might make you guys run for this.
Yeah. He'll get to simmer down a bit. They will take a knee here, and that will. Curley does not have all 3 timeouts.
Looks like they'll just run it to.
They're not in victory formation.
Oh, well.
And he takes a knee from back there, and that will end the game. Curley loses another one, and it by a score of 32-16 to the Boys Latin Lakers.
That'll push Curley to an 0-3 conference record. Curley is now 1-4.
Curley is 1-4 overall, 0-3 in conference, and moves into last place in the MIAA division. Boys Latin is now 3-3 and 2-2 in conference.
Struggling day for Curley. The offense failed to get going after we saw that great first drive of the second half.
It seems like the Friars had figured out the game plan that was going to work for them in that first drive of the second half, after the first half just spelled 2 field goals out for them. But it just did not pan out after that. It all started to spiral downward after the bad snap on the punt to Chris Pond after the offense went 3 and out, giving Boys Latin the ball on the 19-yard line. and that began the long spiral downwards. And after Curley got the ball back, they all of a sudden stopped going to Madison, which I don't really understand. He ran for 56 yards on that. He ran for 40 in the first half, 56 yards on the first drive of the second half, and they just stopped going to him after that. Only had 2 yards.
Yeah, one of my keys to the game was get guys like Doty and Valentine involved, and we really didn't see any of that. We saw Valentine a few times on some jet sweep-esque plays. They didn't really find much success. And yeah, you got to question why guys like Conrad Madison weren't used more after what we saw. The defense, they were just... Boys Latin scored when they were set up with good field position. You know, the bad snap leading to Chris Pond getting tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That sets Boys Latin up in the red zone. Here, you have to go for a 4th down. Boys Latin starts with, like, at the 20-yard line. And those are the positions you just can't put your defense in. Because when your defense is backed up like that, they're going to give up those points. There's nothing you can do about that except not put them in that situation. That's going to be something to see whether the offense can really... It felt like... I don't think on a non-scoring... When Curley didn't score, they were going 3 and out. They weren't having success. Their first play, it wouldn't go anywhere. They'd start in a hole. Then they'd have to pass the ball. And there really wasn't any success found in the passing game today. And it's going to be interesting to see how things change from here to next week to the 16th, next home game. We'll be here for that, which will be homecoming week.
From a receiving standpoint, the Doty and Valentine had a combined 8 yards reception-wise, and then Valentine had a couple of yards on jet sweeps and end-arounds and things like that. From the defensive side, in the second half, you were set up for a little bit of failure from getting the balls deep into your own thing or the special teams doing all that. But like we said before the game started, the Boys Latin quarterback attacked the Curley secondary, which has got a lot of underclassmen on it besides
Lewis,
Jeremiah Lewis. And I mean, they got swarmed with Malachi Nichols and Amari Gardner and the other underclassmen, and sometimes got overwhelmed by the receivers for Boys Latin, as well as it seemed like they got very tired with 3 and outs. 3 and outs do cause that, with the Mackenzie, Hazard, Stevie Carter, and Amari Lee being non-existent in that second half in both pass rush and run game. They just kind of fell apart all completely in that. The final line for the quarterbacks, Logan Nordek rushed for 22 yards and 45 passing yards. He threw 0 touchdowns, and almost threw 1 interception, but a great play by Valentine to break that up. He had 40 passing yards in the first half and 5 in the second half, and 15 rushing yards in the first half and 8 in the second half.
Yeah, the D1 committed Jeremiah Lewis he's D1 committed to Cornell University. Congratulations to him. He's a defensive back. He's today's, I think he was today's leading receiver. 1 catch for 21 yards.
That was...
in that pass. All the other, you have Challenger Valentine, the speedy sophomore slot receiver. And then you have Nick Doty, the junior wide receiver. These guys are guys who you got to get involved. And you really they have to open up the passing game. You're not going to win these games against these teams by just running the ball, because it's going to become predictable. And as we saw, as the game continued, we saw Boys Latin just stuff that Curley running offense more and more, setting them up to pass, and they just weren't ready to pass against this Boys Latin secondary.
Yeah, it was just the bounce back. Next game, they are on the road, and then they come back here for homecoming weekend where they play Loyola. And I believe that our 3 stars to the game were wide receiver number 19, Tyler Owens.
Yep.
Number 13, the quarterback, Kaden Lyman. And kicker number 7, Chris Pond for Curley.
Chris Pond.
He made a 39, a 37, and a 26-yard field goal, as well as punting for 2 punts over 50 yards.
Yeah, guys that stood out for Curley, as you mentioned, Chris Pond, and then we saw Connor Madison, some great runs.
And Mackenzie Hazard.
Yeah, I was about to say
in the
Mackenzie
first half.
Hazard. He recovered the fumble. He had that tackle, may have been a sack, may have gotten about a yard from line of scrimmage, I'm not sure, but nonetheless a good tackle to stop a 3rd and long.
He had 4 tackles, 1 sack, 2 tackles for losses, and a fumble reception.
And that is all we have here from Archbishop Curley's Athletic Bowl. Curley drops their 3rd straight to Boys Latin, 32-16. Until next time, we'll see you guys.